Hi students, how are you? I hope you all are fine. Okay, so let's move to the today's class. Welcome to grade 11 business mathematics class. So last class itself I said is it right? So in our next class we will start one interesting chapter. Okay, so it's a new word. I hope you till now not you heard about this word even. So if we are saying this one, that is permutation. Okay, that is our second section in the second chapter is permutation. Before that, I hope you all completed your homeworks. Have you completed? Okay, I hope you all completed. That section is very important. The reason is that partial fraction we will use in 12th standard also. So it would be, don't leave that, read, learn that one thoroughly. Please write again and again and differentiate the three types and study it, please. The reason is that section is very important. So today we are in our class we are going to move for a new section, that is permutation. Have you heard what do you mean by permutation? Okay, so that permutation we will learn afterwards. Before when you are entering to the chapter, we are learning something some definitions here. Okay, so this section fully, it's not a max. Okay, it's not a max. We want to think something, that's all. Okay. So factorial, first we are going to learn what do you mean by factorial. Have you heard what do you mean by factorial? Please students, all of you take down your books, all of you turn to the factorial. Okay. For any natural number n factorial is defined as the product of first n natural numbers and is denoted by n factorial. Another one symbol also it's given. Please turn your book, all of you. Okay, I will explain it in the book itself. Okay, for any natural number n, if you can take any natural number, okay, let us take 5 or 6 or 7 or anything. Okay, let us take any natural number n factorial is defined as, if you are taking 6, I am taking the natural number as 6. So 6 factorial is defined as the product of first n natural numbers. So if I am taking 6 as a n factorial, if that is 6 factorial, if I need to find means, the meaning is 6 factorial, before that some natural numbers are there. What are the natural numbers before 6? 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That is the factorial value of 6. If you need 8 factorial, what will you do? 8 factorial means 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That's the definition. Understand? So we will denote it by n factorial, or this also a factorial symbol. So for any natural number n factorial, how will you write? This is a one word question. N factorial, how will you write? N into n minus 1 into n minus 2. I said, is it right? If it is 8 means, how will you write? 8 into 8 minus 1 means 7. 7 minus 8 minus 2 means you will get a 6. Okay, you got some idea? So if you are finding for any natural number 8 or 9 or 10 means all the previous natural numbers you need to multiply. That's all. Okay. So if it is 8 factorial means 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into like that. So simplest form you can write, that is 8 factorial. Just you can check it now. If it is 9 factorial, what will happen? 9 into 8 into 7 into, you will need to write everything. Otherwise 9 factorial you can write it 9 into 8 factorial. That also correct. Otherwise you can write 9 into 8 into 7 factorial. That also correct. Okay. So when you are expanding, what will happen? 9 into 8 into 7 factorial for 7 into 6 into. So everything same. Understand children? Okay. So all of you please put the heading permutation, factorial. Please take the 3 lines to your classes. Okay. So in your book they gave some examples. I will explain that it now. For examples, 5 factorial. So I said, how will you write? 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, so that's 120. Then 4 factorial means, how will you write? 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That is 24. 3 factorial means, how will you write? 3 into 2 into 1. 2 factorial means 2 into 1. 1 factorial means the value is 1. Then this and all you no need to take to your note. Then n factorial means, this is already you have to take down. So n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 etc. 3 into 2 into 1. So this one, how you can write simplest, I said, is it right? If it is 8 factorial means you can write as 8 into 7 factorial. If it is 9 factorial means you can write as 9 into 8 factorial. So here n into n minus 1 factorial, n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial. In particular 8 we can write like this also. Okay. Shall we move to the problems? Okay. Example 2.8. Evaluate. The following. First problem, 7 factorial divided by 6 factorial. Second problem, 8 factorial divided by 5 factorial. Third problem, 9 factorial divided by 6 factorial into 3 factorial. Okay. Solution. First one, 7 factorial divided by 6 factorial. I said this, right? How will you write 7 factorial in the form of 6 factorial? In the form of 6 factorial. 7 into 6 factorial divided by 6 factorial. This and this will get cancelled. The answer is 7. Otherwise, no problem. 7 factorial means 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. 6 factorial means 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. If you are cancelling all the values, you will get the remaining 7. Both also same. Okay, that's all. Problem number 2. 8 factorial divided by 5 factorial. How will you write 8 factorial? Greatest number you choose it. Okay, then only it will be easy. 8 factorial you write it in the form of 5 factorial. So 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 factorial divided by 5 factorial. So this term and this term will get cancelled. Multiply 8 into 7 into 6. So 7 6 you will get as 42. 42 into 8 means you will get 336. Okay. Third one, 9 factorial divided by 6 factorial into 3 factorial. Shall we write 9 in the form of 6 factorial? 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 factorial divided by 6 factorial into 3 factorial. So 6 factorial and 3 factorial, 6 factorial will get cancelled. Shall we write again 3 factorial? 3 factorial, how will you write? 3 into 2 into 1. So this term and this term we are cancelling 3. Here again you are cancelling 4. So 12 into 7, that is 84. So very easy, is it right? It's not very difficult. It's very easy. As a game you can do. Okay. Next, example 2.9. Question is, rewrite 7 factorial in terms of 5 factorial. Rewrite 7 factorial in terms of 5 factorial. How will you rewrite? I said, is it right? 5 factorial, how will you rewrite? So 7 factorial, how will you write? 7 into 6 factorial. If you are again, if you are right in the terms of 5 factorial. So 7 into 6 into 5 factorial. So they asked to rewrite in the form of 5 factorial. So that 5 factorial you won't change. Okay. That is equal to 7 6 are 42. 42 into 5 factorial. Maybe they will ask 7 factorial in terms of 4 factorial, 7 factorial in terms of 6 factorial, 7 factorial in terms of 5 factorial. I wrote now. So 7 factorial in terms of 4 factorial means what will you do? Any idea? What will you do? So 7 factorial in terms of 4 factorial. 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 factorial. Got it? Okay. Let's move to next question. Example 2.10. It's very important 3 mark. Very important 3. Find n if 1 by 9 factorial plus 1 by 10 factorial equal to n by 11 factorial. Solution. I am writing the question again. 1 by 9 factorial plus 1 by 10 factorial equal to n by 11 factorial. Okay. So first you need to change this 10 factorial in the form of 9 factorial. So you can take the common outside. So 1 by 9 factorial plus 1 by 10 into 9 factorial equal to n by 11 factorial. So what is common? 1 by 9 factorial you can take outside. So what's the value you will get? 1, is it right? 1 by 1. So 1 plus 1 by 10 equal to n by 11 factorial. Okay, so one by 9 factorial into 1 plus 1 by 10 equal to n by 11 factorial. So 1 by 9 factorial into what's LCM? 10 is LCM. So 10 plus 1 equal to n by 11 factorial. So 1 by 9 factorial into 11 by 10 equal to n by 11 factorial. So n is equal to, so n by 11 factorial equal to, bring all the terms to one side. Okay, so n is equal to, what will happen? What will happen? 11 factorial, this will come opposite, right? 11 factorial into 11, 11 factorial into 11 divided by 9 factorial into 10. That is n is equal to 11 factorial into 11 divided by 9 factorial. 9 factorial is there, is it right? So 9 factorial into 10 factorial, correct? So shall we write this 11 factorial as so here we can make this as n equal to 11 factorial. Shall we write 11 into 10 into 9 factorial into 11, okay, divided by 9 factorial into 10. So 9 factorial, 9 factorial, 10, 10 get cancelled. So n equal to 11 into 11. So n equal to 120. Okay, that's answer. Understand? So very, very important. Often they will ask for 3 mark question, find n. In exercise 1 problem is there. So both the questions they will ask often. Okay, so it's very, very important. Very easy. Just we are finding the n value. Understand, children? Okay, let's move to the next section. Our next section is fundamental principle of counting. There, multiplication principle of counting and addition principle of counting. I am going to say one story. All of you eager to hear one story? Yes, is it right? Okay. Shall we listen for the story? Okay. It's not a story. I am going to make use of to understand one concept. Okay. Okay. So first the one is fundamental principle of counting. So what do you mean by fundamental principle of counting? There are 2 sections are given. Multiple principle of counting. Another one is addition principle of counting. Both also somewhat different. Okay, you understand the concept very carefully. Here one concept is given in your book. I am going to explain the same concept. Okay. So here they are considering one situation in the auditorium. Okay. Here in this auditorium there are 3 entrance doors and 2 exit doors. Understand, children? No need to take all this to the notes. Just I am giving explanation. Okay, so how many entrance doors are there? 3 entrance doors. Okay, in an auditorium 3 entrance doors are there, exit doors only 2. Okay, our objective is to, what we need to find is, we need to find the number of ways a person can enter the hall and come out. So if we need to enter into the hall, how many ways are there? I said 3, is it right? Then when he is exiting out, how many exit doors are there? 2. So when I'm starting the concept itself, you will say, ma'am, yes, here how many number of ways, if I am asking, means you will say 3 doors are there to enter, 2 doors are there to exit. So 3 into 2, how many ways are there? There are 6 ways. You will say, is it right? So we'll understand. Okay. So here they are assuming 3 entrance doors. The 3 entrance doors, they take us P1, P2 and P3. Then exit doors, they take us S1 and S2. Okay. So a person can enter the auditorium through how many ways? 3 ways. Okay. After entering the hall, the person want to exit, means how many ways are there? Only 2 ways. Okay. So through this way or through this way. So through this way or through this way. Is it right? 2. So how many total number of ways entering the hall and coming out is 3 into 2 is equal to 6 ways. Okay. So the above problem can be solved by applying the multiplication principle of counting. This is multiplication principle of counting, but in your book the multiplication principle of counting, the definition is given. Please all of you take down your books and you need to copy this to your notes also. Maybe sometime in 2 mark question they may ask what is multiplication principle of counting. Okay. There are 2 jobs. How many jobs are there? 2 jobs, of which one job can be completed in m ways. One job can be completed in m ways When it has completed in any one of the m ways, second job can be completed by another one n ways. Then the two jobs in succession can be completed in m cross n ways. This is called multiplication process of principle of counting. So sometimes they will ask some define multiplication principle of counting. Because of that, this definition is important. All of you take down your note. Understand? This is m cross n ways. There are two jobs means first they will choose the m ways, that is m ways. Then afterwards n ways, that is m cross n ways, that is principle. That is there are two jobs of which one job, is it right? Two jobs are there means one job, is it right? So one job can be completed by m ways, another second job can be completed by n ways. So multiple principle of counting, multiplication principle of counting is m cross n ways. Understand? So that is multiplication principle of counting. Okay, let's move to the problem. Find the please children, you need to copy the same steps and everything to your classwork. I am just giving explanation in your book itself. Understand? The reason is that each and every word and sentence is very very important in this section. So because of that I am explaining the same thing in your book. Please all of you take down to your notes. Okay, so all of you go through your book. Example 2.11. Find the number of 4-letter word with or without meaning. 4-letter word. How many letters word? 4-letter word with or without meaning. Maybe there is a meaning, otherwise there is no meaning. Which can be performed out of the letters of the word note. So students, listen the question very carefully. We need to form a 4-letter word by using the letter N-O-T-E. Apart from this, you won't choose any alphabet. But we need to use only this 4-letter, but we need to form a 4-letter word. Understand? So using note, maybe meaning, otherwise no meaning. So N-O-T-E is there means T-O-N-E. Tone. They have meaning, is it right? Any sentence you can make, but any word you can make, not sentence, any word you can make, but you need to use the letter N-O-T-E, where the repetition of the letters is not allowed. Okay, so repetition is not allowed. Okay, for your easiest understanding, they allowed 4 box for that. Okay, so let us allot 4 vacant spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many letters you need to use here? Only 4 letters. What are the 4 letters you will use here? N-O-T-E. Okay, so this first place we will fill by any of the 4 letters. Okay, totally 4 letters are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Any of the 4 letters, from the 4 letters you will choose any one of the filled by any one of the 4 letters in 4. So the first place can be filled by any one of the letters in 4 ways. Am I right? Correct only, no? So 4 letters only, they said there we need to use 4 letters. So first itself you keep it in mind. Only we need to use 4 letters, but we need to form a 4-letter word, but repetition not allowed. So we will fill this 4 letters in 4 ways. That's the first one. Then repetition is not allowed means the second vacant place, how much you will fill? Already 4 letters we have used. So repetition not allowed means here 3 letters. Is it right? Again, sorry, we will use the second place by any one of the remaining 3 letters. Is it right? Then here 3 letters we have filled means again how many letters balance? 2. Again last 1 letter. So what are the number of ways? 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That's equal to 4 3s are 12, 12 2s are 24. Have you got it? So how many, have you got good idea? Yes. Yes. Then second question. In each objective type question having 4 choices, then find the total number of ways of answering the 4 questions. You know, is it right? So 4 choices are there, is it right? 4 questions are there. So how many number of ways are there? So one question, second question, third question, fourth question. Here 4 choices must be there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then again 1, 2, 3, 4. Again 1, 2, 3, 4. Again 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you are attending for 4 questions, anyways, anything you can choose. So if 4 questions also, this choice you can attend, otherwise this choice, any choice you can take. So for first question 4 choices are there, 4. Then second question 4 ways are there. Third question 4 ways are there. Last question 4 ways are there. So how many number of ways? 4 into 4 into 4 into 4. So 4 4s are 16, 16 into 4, 16 into 16, 256 plays. Got it? Very easy. Okay. Then finally, how many 3-digit numbers can be formed if the repetition of the digit is not allowed? Okay, so this one somewhat you want to think. How many 3-digit number you need to form? How many digit number? We need to form 3-digit number can be formed if the repetition of the digit is not allowed. Okay, how many 3-digit numbers can be formed if the repetition is not allowed? How many 3 digits you can form? So let us allot 3 boxes, same as in your book I am following. So you can allot 3 boxes. Okay, so this one is unit place. If it is tens place, it is 100 place. Let us take one number 121. So this is unit place, this is tens place, this is hundreds place. Am I right? So this is one's unit place, this is tens place, this is 100 place. 3 digit also never bring with 3-digit number, never begin with 0. Is there any chance to begin a 3-digit number with 0? No, is it right? What's the first 3-digit number? Smallest 3-digit number? 100. How much it will start? 1. What's the biggest 3-digit number? 999. You have learned in 3rd standard or 4th standard. Yes. So smallest 3-digit number is 100. That is starting with 1. What's the biggest 3-digit number? 999. That's starting with 9. So 100-digit place can be filled with any one of the digit with 1 to 9. Correct? So now only I explained you. If it is a 3-digit number, there is only one possibility. What are the possibility? It never start with 0. It will be starts from 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9. So you know, is it right? So I said that's the smallest 3-digit number is 100, biggest 3-digit number is 999. So only the possibility is the 3-digit number, the 100 digits place only will come from 1 to 9. So this 100 digit it will fill from 1 to 9 only. Since repetition is not allowed, is it right? Tens digits can be filled by the remaining 9 numbers, including 0. Am I right? Here you will have some confusion. Because of that I am explaining here. Okay. So listen here. So let us allot the 3 boxes. This is 100 digit. This is tens digit. Tens place. This is unit place. Okay. So 100 digits, there is only possibility from 1 to 9. Yes. Then tens digit how will you fill? Repetition not allowed. Okay. So any one of this phase, that 100 digit will be we will allot a number. So here in the tens place what will happen? Tens place whether 0 will come? Yes, is it right? Maybe in this 100 digit I allotted a number as 8. Okay. So repetition not allowed means again this 8 you won't use. So 8 like that you won't use. So here I allotted 8. Okay. So here 0 also there is a possible. So 0 to 9 we can use, but here 8 you won't use. Okay. 8 you won't use. Why? Repetition is not allowed. Okay. So here 1 to 9 we can use. Here including 0 you can use. So remaining 9 number of ways it will be. Understand? So here if I am using 9 number of ways means then the unit place can be filled by remaining 8 ways. Understand? So you keep it in mind, just you need to think, that's all. So 100 digits place, how you will fill the 100 digits place? How you will fill? 0 to 9 is there, but 0 it never, 3-digit number means 0 it won't come in the 100 digits place. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 ways are there for 100 digit. Then already here any one of the 0, 1 to 9, one number I have chosen. So this number you won't use. So they except this number, remaining all the number means what are the numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 you won't use. 9. but already 0 also will come in the tens place. Yes, so 9 ways. Okay, so remaining this 9 ways are there, so remaining 8 ways are there for the unit place. So for multiple counting, 9 into 9 into 8, so 9 nines are 81, 81 into 8 means 648 ways. Got it? Just you need to understand, that's all. So these are the things in multiplication principle of counting. So now itself, if I am starting addition principle of counting, you will get somewhat confusion. So first you thorough this really. Okay children, for that first I am giving the notes for you. So what are the notes you need to take means, fundamental principle of counting, put the heading. Then multiplication principle of counting, you put the heading. Then write down the definition to your note. After completing the definition, please copy example 2.11, 2.12 and 2.13 same as your book. Understand? Whatever is there, you need to copy. I explained. Okay. So addition principle of counting we will see in the next class. Today itself, if you are learning means you will get somewhat confusion. So today your homework is this one. So all the many things are there. You need to copy to your note and complete your classwork. This is a work for you today. Have you got it? So I hope you today class is somewhat different from mathematics class. Yes, you are all well thorough in permutation and fundamental principle of counting. So I will start the next class with a new section, addition principle of counting. We will meet you in the next class. Complete your classworks properly. Learn everyday portion. Thank you children. Be safe.